Ladies and gentlemen, we ready to make some money tonight. Let me get my sunglasses and we'll be ready to go. All right, good in frame. Alexa, make office lights warm white. All right, let's get this on this here. There we go. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get the stream started. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. We're gonna go ahead and start doing a top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We are at a very exciting point. This is honestly what I've been waiting for the past 3.5 years. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I'm getting everything set up. Looks like we're gaining more and more subscribers. That's great. Guys, we are in a beautiful position right now. Frankly, this is this is really the best position we can be in. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. We're tapping a beautiful, beautiful order block. We're gonna put on our guys, this is honestly incredible. We're just going to see constant buying pressure through this entire area. We're having audio issues. People are telling me we're having no audio. Let me know if you guys can hear any music. Alright, how are we doing on volume? Alright, if you guys can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get the stream started. Very, very excited today. We got some great topics to talk about. This is confirmation that we are now going to be in an uptrend over the next 3 to 6 weeks. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. We're gonna make so much money, dude. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Question is, what are we buying when we get our money? We have to already think about this. We have to have our plan in motion because it's going to happen. We're gonna apply the work, put the effort. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Can you get closer to the mic? Absolutely. And Malloy 1123. Of course I can get closer to the mic. Alright, how does this sound? Is that better? So we had a trade going here. Obviously we got stopped out. Go ahead and take that out. No worries, we get stopped out. That doesn't stop us. So we lost $100 here, and let's understand that it's okay to lose money sometimes because we learn, right? But if we're looking here, we look on the higher time frame, it appears that we have turned support into resistance, and we're going to see some downside. So let's understand, we're already down $100, so we don't want to be emotional about this trade, but we're targeting something else. If we turn on our market oracle right here, then we can see that we have a downtrending dynamic reactor. This is a major support and resistance, this one right here. So I'm going to be targeting price to creep up eventually to this 4 hour. Right here we wicked up. See that right here? We wicked up to it, closed below, and saw, I mean, how much downside can we see from here already? We went down 36%. Now imagine what you're doing on 100 leverage, okay? You put $100 to that with 100 leverage, you can make a couple thousand if you ride it all the way. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to go ahead and try and put a short position. We're going to watch for a move up here and come down. And what we'll be tracking with that is a momentum shift down once this dynamic reactor goes there. That's about what we're looking for right there. Let's go ahead and clean this up for you guys a bit. What do we think? What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Let's put a short position in. We're gonna ride this all the way. About 190. That gives us a this is what we're targeting. It's really straightforward. Put one in the chat if you guys can hear. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Call knower. Alright. Let me know if you can hear it. Goodness. Thank you. We need to get viewers in here. How do we get droves of viewers? We need to get droves of viewers. Alright, we have a new viewer. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. We're going to go over some trades today. I see someone just joined the stream. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's go ahead and get started here. So we are going to start with this free trade. This is just for joining. You guys are going to go ahead and take this trade with me. We're risking $100 in this red area. And we are hoping for a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So we're going to slowly start to DCA at these levels. So we're just going to set some alerts along the way. And at each level we hit, we're just going to DCA a little more. And then of course we have our TP levels. So guys, I see we have 3 viewers. Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat. I see someone else is watching, but we only have 1 viewer in the comment. So, whoever that is, please go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. When am I hoping to close? I'm hoping to close, this is probably a 2 to 3 week trade. Probably the 2nd week of December. So, we're going to see, hopefully, some chop. We're going to see some chop and then maybe a way down. In fact, we can draw this a little better. Honestly, if we do a price prediction, or what we like to call a forecast, let's do a quick fib retracement here. Yeah, that'll line up with the 0.236. As you can see right here, it's going to line up with our range. I mean, this is gonna be a great trade. We're gonna make a lot of money on this. We're gonna make a lot of money on this. So let's go over Bitcoin. Let's explain why we just bottomed. I'll say it very quickly and then I'll go in a detailed breakdown. But we had a fair value gap on the 1 week, beautifully closed it, and we washed out all the shorts. So if we zoom in here, 30-minute. Here's our fair value gap. We closed below, we washed down, liquidity sweep, came back up, and people started to long here, and we cleared those guys out one last time. A lot of liquidations happened here. Let's just throw on any liquidation map. Let's see what happened in those candles. Liquidity pools. This is going to be great. We're going to see what liquidity pools here show up. And there we go. 2.4. We're going to look for a liquidity pool in this area. A 2 hour. And there it is. Look at all that money. Soaked up by the market movers. And we're headed back up. And we're headed back up strong. I mean, we could draw a beautiful trend line here. Wow. Look at that trend line. So we're an uptrend. The trend is your friend until the end. See if we can draw anything else. I mean, really nothing. We're in a wedge here. You can call this, even call this a triangle. I mean, you could really complete the triangle if you wanted to. But at that point, we're just drawing shapes. We're not in kindergarten. So this is really what we're looking at. If we look at others' dominance, we see a possible head and shoulders on others' dominance. That would be terrible right now. We cannot see any more move to the downside. Cannot afford that at all. That would be terrible. We saw here a pattern break to the upside, double top, move down, move up, again double top, move down, and then here we're forming a right shoulder. So this is a head and shoulders, potentially. This is potentially a head and shoulders. We called this order block here on others' dominance. We called it on the live stream earlier last week. And here we go. You can see some downside. If we zoom in, that looks like we're getting another somewhat of a pattern. So we're chopping in our range here. We have a range, and we have a range. So this will be a great indicator for all of our altcoins. Let's look at the DXY. This is the US dollar. We're in a very interesting spot right now. We're at a very, very interesting spot. These are two very bearish indications. And we also are on a previous high. So this means one of two things. We're going to have a break. And more than likely, we're going to break to the downside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some alerts on the DXY. And this is what I'm going to predict. We have overbought on both of our momentum-based indicators. And we're going to want to see a move down here to these lows, maybe some chop, and then maybe a slice down to the bottom. That's what we'd like to see, based on these indications. And if we look on the weekly, looks like we're getting to that oversold territory. We just started tipping past the 70 line. We're hitting the overbought territory. Overbought is the top, oversold is the bottom. And this is exactly what we want to see. This drop here will help the altcoins pump up. It'll also help Bitcoin, but more importantly, it's going to help the altcoin market. And that's really what we're looking for. So let's look at our free trade. This is how we're doing. We're going to have alerts the entire way, basically. We want an interaction. With the 4 hour. Alright guys, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. This is going to be our Bitcoin analysis, and we're doing a free trade, which is Tau, if you guys can see that. Take a screenshot, these are the levels we're going to be buying at. Really, really simple stuff. I mean, we're just coming up to, let's look at our momentum indicators. This is very simple. We're getting exhaustion. We could even see a move down now, I'll be honest. I mean, I could make the case that we should bring this a little lower. I don't know. Spamming in this YouTube comments, see if people join my stream here. Guys, we're going to go over this free trade. It is Tau. This is a great trade. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. This is incredible here. We want to see a little pump up, interact with this dynamic reactor, and then off to the races. Ali G. That's Noah. That's Noah who's in the chat. His computer died. Now he's getting a charger for it. He'll be back soon. It's crazy. Why have we had no viewers? Put a 1 if you guys can hear me. We're making a lot of divergences, guys. We need to break out of this trend though. Once we break this trend, then we'll have a lot more upside and potential. Really, I mean, everything looks good. We're making lower lows and higher highs. You can see higher highs here on RSI. Looks like we're getting ready for a short squeeze. Because this whole side here, this is all money. This is all money. That's all money. So let's look for bottoming structure on Doge then. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have a big sell-off. Bitcoin looks like it needs to have a sell-off. Come back down to these lows. Something like this here. We break. Come back down, maybe sweep, and then come back up. So we will put some indications. We are so close to the weekly. This would be the first time we tap the weekly. I would honestly wait for this, because by this measure we still have the worst case scenario, another 10% drop, which would be about 30% drop for everything else. However, we are getting bottoming structure. See, this is the thing. People think that the market is over and they're selling. This is where really everyone should have waited. This entire move up was very impatient because we never came back down to retest this. And we're finally going to retest it. So we are going to have a very interesting week, I'll tell you that. It's not often that the week that you're waiting, everything plays out over the next couple days, over Thanksgiving specifically. We usually see a Thanksgiving flush. We have to expect that this year. So Wednesday night going into Thursday. Oh, we definitely factor in market behavior. So it's very common that there's less volume. What does that mean? It means there's less trading going on. So when people are on break for Thanksgiving, Easter, New Year's, Christmas, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, any major holiday, trading volume is less. And that means that there's going to be less volatile moves. What does that mean, less volatile moves? It just basically means the price isn't going to change as much. It's not going to go as high, it's not going to go as low. It's going to kind of stay the same and range in the same area. So if we zoom out here, we look at the last time we had a few negative candles. We saw a move down here. This was, how much move down was this? We've done 36% so far. It's a healthy retracement. Retracements are very healthy for the market. People don't understand that. They think that once it retraces, it's over. Down here we saw a 55% retracement, and that was over 2 weeks. 2 weeks is our move down, then we had a move up. It was just a relief rally, it came back down. Ooh, I just heard a gunshot. Alright guys, looks like we just have one viewer at the moment. I think I know who that is. So, we're going to have to wait this one out. I don't think we're going to see anyone else. But yeah, I just want to highlight, look at the last time we had oversold. Oversold, it was at 18,000, we bottomed out around 15 and then moved higher. Oversold, we bottomed here, 3,000, had a move up to 14,000. So we over 4x'd. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And now we are bottoming here. We're breaking down 20, 21. We're going to spring up. This is going to be a quick spring, just like it was before. Shoot right to the top side. Just like that. We're going to shoot back up to this area. This will be our alt season. It's going to come very soon. For everyone that's put their life savings into crypto, this is the make it or break it moment. I'm feeling very bullish. I'm very excited. So now let's look at the coins that are actually going to make the money. Oh wow, we're seeing some price action here on Doge. So Doge is a dinosaur meme coin. What is a meme coin? It means it has no real utility. There isn't a purpose it serves in the real world, but a lot of people still put their money into it and they actively trade it. Whether that's buying spot, where you just buy the coin and forget about it, or if you trade, actually putting in leveraged positions and getting liquidated if the price hits your stop loss, or of course making a huge percentage gain if the price hits your take profit. So let's zoom into Doge here. Let's just look on the daily where we're at. We've seen a trend line down, creeping towards a previous low here. Looks like we've pierced through the low from June, and we are now on April's lows. We haven't swept that at 0.131. We're at 0.147, so that's about maybe an 8% move, 8 or 9% move. Let's see what that'd be. Yeah, about 9.7. So it's not out of the question, but I think, we have an alert down there to see if we tap that. But we're getting a lot of divergences here. So what we want to see is a break, and either a push to the upside, or we'll see a break, a retest, and then another push to the upside. Let's go ahead and clear these up, and we'll look at my favorite coin, Toshi, and then we're going to wrap it up. So she had a nice little move on the 4 hour. I could just say we broke out of this channel. I could make the argument that we just broke out of this treacherous channel that we've been fighting for 2 months now. Let's say I move back up to 0.8. That would put us, yeah, that basically double our Toshi bags right now. So whatever you have, that just double. All right, I think we're gonna start with the Toshi breakdown tomorrow. We're gonna look at Tau. For now, we're gonna set our alarms up here. Yeah, for now, I think I'm going to end the stream. This was fun. We will be back tomorrow afternoon. So we will